Hey guys, it's Christina Cabo Moore, and I am here with Alicia Maddox, and you're listening to How Sharp's podcast.
Woohoo! Welcome!
Woo!
First episode?
First
Oh
episode!
my gosh, this has been a long time coming. So excited. We're finally just getting this shit done. Speaking of getting shit done, that is exactly what this episode is going to be about. It's going to be, we're coming right out the gate, here to kick your ass and tell you to get your shit done so that you can get started off on the right foot, whether you're brand new, just got your license, year in the business, 5 years, so and so.
It doesn't matter because let's be honest, we all need to get our shit together. We all need a kick in the butt.
We all need accountability.
We all need accountability.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of, not necessarily confusion about what it's like to be a realtor, but I think a lot of misconceptions, maybe some even like expectations that go unmet of people who think like, oh, it's this one way glamorous life. And I think we're just here to tell you
it's not probably at all what you're thinking it is. And I actually think there is confusion. I think there's all of the above. I think in everything in life we have expectations, whether it be a relationship, a friendship, a business that we've started. If you're going into something with expectations, you've already kind of screwed yourself. So we're here to tell you what to expect, what not to expect, so that way going into it, whether you are brand new or whether you're trying to reignite or do something else in your business, what to expect with all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm year 2.5 in the business, heading into year 3, and
I'm year 3 working as an agent, but year 8 being licensed. So
right.
I have
You've been in it a long time.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a different background. But I think wherever you are in your business, we get a lot of questions, especially from new agents, which is where a lot of this podcast episode is coming from. Is, I want to do what you're doing. I want this career. I want this lifestyle, and I feel like we're constantly, the two of us are trying to help people and help them setting expectations as best as we can.
Yeah,
it's just hard because everybody's business is so different. The way they run it, the way it turns out, you cannot look at somebody and think, I want to be exactly like Alicia, so I'm going to go to her and be it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and I think what we're trying to mitigate right now is this big hairy stat that's basically, I think it's 89%, so let's just round up to 90% of agents after year 1 are not in the business anymore.
Yep.
So, you look around at agents around you and 90% of them aren't going to be around.
Yeah.
That's freaking insane.
And we don't want that for you.
No.
We don't want that for us. Heck, we want to be around next year.
We
want you to be around next year.
Yeah, it's funny because realtors will look at you, and until you're past year 3, they're like, oh, let's just see if you're going to make it,
Exactly.
Because they say year 3 is when you are kind of past that stat, but year 1 is that one where you're just like, that's when people are just over it, they're done, they're out of here. So we want to prevent that for you, and we want to set you up with the right expectations, so that way, hopefully you know what you're getting into, or if you're already in it, how to feel better about where you're at, and because real estate's hard. Come on, let's be honest.
And as a disclaimer about what we're about to get into, because I think some of it is a hard truth, especially me, I'm talking to myself here. These are things that I've learned.
Wait, we're not perfect?
Just
kidding. Gosh.
We're still in our year 3. So these are things that we've learned, questions we've encountered, experiences that we've had that, if you're in your year 1, let's say you're in your month 1, we hope that you can take this and maybe get off on a better foot, maybe not make these same mistakes, maybe have better expectations of what it's like to be in the business, and it should help at least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're just here to share our experience, and no one's perfect. The thing about real estate is something new happens every day. You're learning every day. You could be in year 20 and you're learning something new. So it's hard. It's lonely. We're business owners. We want to mastermind together, be here for each other, and really help lift each other up so that we can all be successful in this business. So why don't you kick us off with there was a couple things that I know you specifically wanted to talk about.
Yes. All right. There is no hand holding when you own a business.
First of all, you did realize when you were getting to real estate, you were going to become a business owner, right?
Right.
Because I think most people don't realize that.
So you join a brokerage. Yeah, you can join a team. Like, you can do all these things. At the end of the day, you are a 1099 independent contractor. You are not an employee of anyone. That is the magic about it. And that is also the curse about it. Yes, that's a great word. Great way to put it. Because there is nobody. When you wake up in the morning, it's on you.
Could wake up at 5 a.m., could wake up at 11 a.m. No one's there to handheld you or scold you.
It's on you. You can have a mentor, you can have a team leader, you can have a fantastic broker. At the end of the day, it is not their job to hold your hand, and your success correlates 1000% with the effort you put in, not what anybody helps you with. This is on you. And I think that is like probably one of the biggest misconceptions about being a real estate agent.
Yeah, especially so for me, I came from having a boss. I was in the corporate world. You know, it's 9 to 5 when you're in the office, and then I was also traveling. So everyone's telling me what to do. I'm being somewhat micromanaged, and you know, you've got to be at places at a certain time every single day. Then you get into real estate and you are like, whoa, I woke up at 10 today and no one was mad at me and I didn't get in trouble. I still have my job. Did I make any money today? No. So what can I do to put boundaries around that and make sure that I'm actually structuring my day and my work life, even though I don't have a boss?
Yeah. And to fight this, I highly encourage everybody to have a mentor, to have a good broker, to listen to podcasts, constantly be learning on how you can improve your business, because there's no guidebook on how to be a realtor. You don't just wake up in the morning knowing how to get business, and they're not just coming to you. So although nobody's holding your hand on completing the tasks, you do need to set yourself up with somebody who's going to be there to say, hey, these are some tasks you probably need to do throughout the week to become a successful realtor, but it is up to you to do them, and it is up to you to follow through, and it is up to you to be self-motivating about them. But I definitely think a way to combat that and to help that is to have a good circle around you of people who are trying to help you grow and win, that are at least going to hold you accountable in a sense. But at the end of the day, it is still up to you to get the work, to put in the work, and to get the work done.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So probably one of the most frequently asked questions I get from newer agents is, you're newer, how do you know so much about the business? You seem so experienced, you seem so knowledgeable. Well, I am the type of person that I need all the product knowledge before I can go out and sell the product.
Yes.
So this is service-based. So I need to know all about the service I'm providing, so that way I can go out and provide the best service. So I, like you said, always on podcasts, always reading books, always surrounding myself with people that I want to look like, who I want to emulate. And so while I didn't necessarily have a mentor to get started, and if you are new, get a mentor ASAP, because 100%. That will help you so much. I wish I would have done that. But you know, you can have many mentors. So people talk about books, you know, they don't have any friends in real life. All their friends are authors of books, and that's who their circle is. That's who they hang out with. So don't say, poor me, I don't have a mentor, or I don't have anyone I can surround myself with. Go find those people locally in your community, or go find them digitally, or
podcast. There's so many podcasts and books you can read that are going to teach you everything that a mentor is going to teach you. If your mentor is not doing it for you, if your broker is not doing it for you, you don't have an excuse. Go find what you're looking for.
Yeah, this is really a no excuses business. So if something's not working for you, you have to figure it out. That's kind of what we're saying with no hand holding. Your success is up to you. It's up to no one else to help you. And even if you have the mentor or the team leader, whatever you have, it's up to you. You have to be self-starting. You have to be motivated by yourself. So find whatever it is that sets you on fire about this business and about being a realtor and in real estate, and just every day wake up and tell yourself, this is my why, this is why I'm going to go crush the day.
Yep. All right. Next topic. If you want leads and you want business handed to you, you probably need to join a team.
Right. Yeah. So I think the one thing about real estate that, you know, you go through the course and you take that hard test and you pass, and it's such an amazing feeling, and everyone around you is uplifting and proud of you. And then the day after you pass the test and get your license, what now?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
You're like, wait.
People aren't flooding into my DMs or calling me or texting me wanting to sell homes.
Yep.
How do I actually get business? How do I make money? And that's when you start kind of spinning and spiraling and drowning.
And unfortunately, they teach you nothing about getting business in real estate school. So you come out of real estate school and you're just full of writing contracts, how many feet are in a freaking acre, I don't know, all that bullshit you learn that you never use ever again. Like, they don't teach you how to get business. So a lot of people just expect, oh, I'm a realtor now, all my friends are gonna use me, all my family members are gonna use me. And it is not that simple, because you have zero credibility as a new agent. And let's not get this twisted. You could be 5 years in the business, and if you're not putting in the work, you're not gonna be getting the business or the leads either. So if you want things handed to you, you probably need to join a team where their job is to hand them to you. Because otherwise, if you're on your own, baby, you're on your own.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many different ways to build a real estate business, like we were talking about earlier. So do you want to pay for leads? If you do, then you can start doing that immediately. If you have the funds to start up that, go ahead and start doing it. And then yes, leads are coming to you because you're paying for them. Now, most of us, when we get into real estate, we've already tapped out all of our savings that we had to get through the course, to get through the exam, to buy all the equipment and all of the subscriptions that you need. By the time you get started, you're like, okay, I'm poor now, how do I make money? You don't have more money to start paying for leads. So if you need that, then you need to join a team. And you are in the understanding, when you join a team, half your paychecks go into your team leader.
At least, yeah. I mean, all team splits are different, but at least across the board, it's pretty much 50-50.
So a realistic expectation, if you don't join a team, is to not expect a paycheck for 6 months. Now, some people, they get licensed, have business ready to go, they already have a listing, they have buyers, whatever the case, but
the majority, not a chance.
It took me 4 months to have one transaction, and it took me about 6 months to like kind of get something flowing.
Yeah, I was about
I would say trickling.
I was about the same, exactly the same.
Yeah,
it took me quite a few months to get some real business under my belt that came from me, that came from the work I put in, and then you got business.
So what can you start doing to get the business to trickle in? Well, you have to pick a lane. You have to pick someone that you want to follow and model. That's where the mentorship comes in. Do you want to jump on social media and start building that way? Well, give yourself 6 months of being consistent with that before you expect any real business to come from it. Do you want to do cold calling? Then go find and emulate the master in your market who's doing that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, just be consistent with it.
And let's also touch on, if you do join a team, that is not a bad thing. I was on 2 teams before I ever went on my own, and thank God that I was, because I had somebody there to funnel me business, to help me, to not really hold my hand, but to hold me accountable.
Tell you what to do.
Yeah, told me what to do, helped me propel my business. It is absolutely not a bad thing, especially as a new agent, to get on a team. And if you thrive on a team because you really need that accountability, you need somebody that has a little bit more structure, there is no shame in staying on a team forever. Some people need to, and that is fantastic. But what we're saying is, if you decide, no, I don't want to give 50%, I want it all, I can't. If you decide you're going to be an individual agent, you need to know what that means. And you need to know that now things are on you, where if you were to join a team or a brokerage that gives you leads, it's gonna look different.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna look super different.
Yeah. All right. So you won't be a top producer your first month. Get over it. Get to work.
Love it. I don't even think we need to explain that, honestly.
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't see a top producer. Let's say you're looking at them on Instagram and you see all these sales that they keep having, and you just want to be like them. So you go get your license and you're going to be like them. It doesn't work like that. You cannot compare their 5 years in the business to your first day in the business. This is a work in progress kind of business. This is not an overnight success, and this is not easy money.
Right, and you also don't know what kind of work someone's putting in on their back end. So for me, when I was brand new, I was looking at agents on Instagram, comparing myself, looking at, wow, they are really crushing it. And this is my 6 month mark. I always say the 6 month mark is your make it or break it. You're about to decide you're exiting out of this, or you're gonna push through and get through it. And my advice is to push through, because you're right there where it's about to start snowballing.
Really?
But 6 months is, if you're comparing, you're looking at other people that are successful, you're like, what the heck are they doing? Why is this not happening for me? I'm busting my ass. And you are probably busting your ass. You're doing it all. You're staying consistent. But something about that 6 month mark, it doesn't start paying off until after that.
What is it that they say? Right before you break is right before you have a breakthrough.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Like you're gonna feel like this is just not it.
Nothing's working.
Nothing's doing. I've got to go back to my 9 to 5. That point right there where you're about to break. If you've been putting in the work, that's probably right when you're about to have your breakthrough. Stay in it. Put your head down, grind, keep going. And that brings us to our next topic. Your consistency gets business. It is not overnight success and it's not right away. So you have to be okay with busting your butt for a long, long, long time before it might pay off.
Yeah, there's no magic pill. I mean, people will ask, well, why are you so successful? And it's like, today where you are is not where you were when you first started. No. So a year ago, I was nowhere near where I am today. It's just
how much did you sell the first quarter this year?
I think we're around 6.3 million.
Are you still busting your ass to get business?
I haven't slowed down my pace since day one.
So it doesn't stop. It never stops. And that's what we're trying to say is even the successful people out there, it's not coming easy to them.
No,
they are still waking up every day, choosing to grind and choosing to wake up, get to work, go to bed, and do it all over the next day. Because let's be honest, every day you wake up, you're starting from square one.
That's how you should look at it. Yeah.
You have
a business
zero.
You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You have to grind and hustle every day for putting food on your table.
Yep.
It doesn't come to you. We're busting it right now to build a business that does reward us in the future where we don't have to work so hard for it. And that'll be another episode for another time of how to build that type of business.
Absolutely, because we are still working on that ourselves.
Right, we're still in the middle of that. But so let's get into what to expect and what not to expect, and just give you some practical advice on things to work on, to expect, and things just don't expect them because it's not going to be realistic.
All right, so this is the fun part. What real estate is not.
So what not to expect.
Yeah, like this is not accurate.
Okay.
All right, it's get rich quick.
Woof!
If you think that, go find another job.
First of all, if you are here to get rich quick, if you're here for the money, you need to exit the building.
You're going to fizzle out very, very quickly because that is not motivating enough to sustain and how aggressive. Oh, yeah. Commission breath is a thing.
Commission breath. If you're working for the dollar and not working for the client, you won't make the dollar.
Yep. And if you're working for the dollar of the day, like, I have to pay my bills this month, or I just want to get rich quick. That's not even sustainable. You have to be in it saying, I'm building a legacy for myself and my family, and I am building a business to last. This is not a quick thing. If you are going to make it in this industry for the long haul, you have to go into it with the mindset of this is for the long haul, not for quick. This is not quick.
Right. You need to check yourself. Why did you decide to get into real estate? What brought you here? What motivates you? Are you in it to help people? Are you inspired by making dreams come true for people? Does it make you feel important to be handling people's largest purchases? I mean, what is it for you? It could be just building the business piece. Maybe you have a bigger plan in mind, but it goes back to finding that motivation piece for you. It cannot be about money. Just like anything, you cannot be chasing the money in it.
Nope. All right.
So the second piece of what not to expect is pretty homes,
oh God, I love that one.
And oh gosh, Christina has a great story for this one.
I just want to see pretty homes all day. Y'all, I kid you not, a couple months ago, so I'm pregnant, and so, I look out for my health a little bit more.
A little bit.
So these sweet, sweet clients of mine I was showing, and we just went in a couple houses that honestly, I called my doctor after one of them because I was quite concerned for my health. I mean, rat, pee, poop, feces. I mean, I wasn't exactly sure what I stepped in or inhaled when I went in this home. And that is not.
It wasn't glamorous. Let's just say that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No. How many times do you keep rain boots in your car for those times that you're walking through God knows what and you have to change your shoes because we're walking property, we're going in homes that probably need to be condemned sometimes.
Listen, we are picking up trash. I'm not above doing anything. So
no.
If I have an open house and my clients left trash all over the place, well, I'm getting my rain boots out and I'm digging into the back.
I've helped a client paint their trim before a listing before. Like, I'm telling y'all, it's not. I mean, for us, we're not predominantly luxury agents that are selling $10 million properties in the hills of Los Angeles.
Even if we were, it wouldn't be above me to pick up trash for my listing.
No, and if you get into it thinking it's all model homes and selling sunset, I'm sorry, but that's just not where you start. I mean, hell, in there. Hell yeah, in there. Go for it. But that is not where you start. You start
at the bottom, baby.
You just start restart.
No, you don't have to. I
But
mean, you can join all different kinds of teams and do all different kinds of real estate, but I mean, it's not going to be selling sunsets. So.
I think this is a big topic for us because people see on our Instagram stories, we're showing the highlights all the time. Y'all don't see the homes that we go in that make us sick. You don't see when we're picking,
because it's not sexy. It's not
right.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is check yourself. If you're comparing yourself to somebody's Instagram, there's a problem.
Yeah. Instagram is a highlight reel. Instagram is fake. Spoiler alert.
That should be the other topic. All right, here's another one. That you make your own schedule. I want to get into real estate because I want to make my own schedule.
I want to work from home.
Yep, I want to work from home. Y'all, technically you work from home. It's just not always yours. You're working from all kinds of homes.
You're working from the car, let's be honest.
Yeah, your car is going to be your best friend, so make sure you have a nice one that you like.
Yeah, and I mean, while yes, you can make your schedule,
you're not going to be successful.
You're not going to be successful because your client's making your schedule,
yep.
because you've got to be where they are when they need you. I mean, that's just where
I'm sorry. If a client texted me right now and said,
stop the podcast, she's got
to go. In an hour, I need to go see this house because it just hit the market. I don't care what I had scheduled. I'm going to have to, this is the reality of our market right now, especially with buyers. Your day, because you're not a 9 to 5, you're a 24/7. So you need to make sure in your day you're prioritizing your clients, you're prioritizing their schedules. And newsflash, a lot of people work 9 to 5s, so when they can see property is in the evenings and on the weekends. So not only are you working all day long on getting business, working on your business, working through contracts, but if you're working with a lot of buyers too, a lot of that's going to be on the weekends and a lot of that's going to be in the evenings. You're working sun up to sundown most of the time.
Yeah, I'm going to take it back to we're grinding and busting it now so that we can kind of build more of a business structure that we want in the future. So
absolutely.
You know, I look at some realtors who have been in it 10 plus years and they take Sundays off or they take the weekends off, and they've built a business to fit those requirements, and their clients are still satisfied. But, you know, your first year, your first 3 years, I just don't think it's realistic.
Yeah, some people call that a Pop-Tart agent, but to me, when you're starting out in the business, you kind of don't deserve to have boundaries yet. You've got to just grind. If you want to make money, you've got to make money, because I guarantee you, if you can't, they will find somebody that will.
The cool thing about real estate is that you don't have to have a college degree. You don't have to be educated, the smartest person in the world. It's not rocket science. What it is hard work.
Oh yeah, hard work and service to people. If you don't have a heart for service and servicing others and being there for others, you're not going to do well. And that's where this comes into play, is when you know your client's best interest and a house comes up, or they need to list immediately, or they need help. Like, I'm going to go run by my listing today, get a piece of paper so I could scan it in for them because they don't have a printer. What kind of experience do you want to create? If you can't do those things last minute, and you're not trying to service your clients at a high level, then you're gonna suffer.
Yeah, like for me, I call every client a luxury client. So that could be a $250,000 condo, that could be a $2 million home. Whatever it is, I want the experience of working with me to feel very luxury, and that comes with a sacrifice for my time and what I do in my personal life. So for me, you know, it looks different for everyone. For me right now, I am single. I just have my dog to take care of, and I can sacrifice a lot of my time because I don't have other needs to satisfy.
Yep.
Now, if you are
starting a family and I'm married. So what did I do? I leveraged. I hired help. I hired a buyer's agent, and I hired a transaction coordinator. Am I losing money up front? Technically. Is it making me more money though? Because now I can leverage that time where I could be spending it with my family or be doing computer work at home, or someone else is doing the legwork. Now I have double the production. So if you are hitting that roadblock of, I really, really need to structure my time differently, I just don't know what to do, that could be because you're ready to hire somebody. And if you're brand new, just have the expectation, if you do have a family and you want to be there for your kids, it might not be the kind of business that you want until you can leverage.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because I know some of you are thinking, well, I have children and I have this to do, and games and I have a husband and you do have all of those things and you need to figure out how it all balances out in your schedule.
Yep.
There's so many realtors who are crushing it that have
plenty. And that's, do not let somebody tell you cannot have a family and a successful business at the same time.
Absolutely
because
not.
they are talking from their limits and not yours.
Yes.
Do not believe that bull crap. It can be done, just needs to probably be leveraged and probably going to take a little bit longer. It's just going to be a little bit more sacrifice, but it can absolutely be done.
We had one more thing of not to expect, and we touched on it earlier, but that's that business will just automatically come to you after you get licensed. And I don't know what, I know I thought that. I know I got my license and then I was like, all right, I'm ready to sell.
Yep.
Where is everybody?
Yep.
And then you're like, holy shit, I gotta go like force these people to work with me. I gotta call everybody I know.
I had to do open houses and
wait,
like,
whoa.
what?
So just know, it's not just gonna be knocking on your door.
Yeah. I think we touched on that one pretty good.
We did,
pretty
yeah.
hard.
Okay, so let's talk about what to expect.
Yeah, like, okay. So you can go first. What are 2 things when you started in the business that you wish you knew now?
What I wish I
Like-
knew.
Like now it's like expect this now. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, so one of those was that I wish that I didn't compare my day 1 of myself to someone else's day 100.
Ooh,
so, like I was talking about looking at other people on Instagram and why are they crushing it and I'm not because I'm working just as hard. Well, you know what? To be honest, I didn't know what their work ethic was. They could have actually been grinding harder than me and I didn't know it. Also, I was 2 months into the business. How can I expect to be where they are? I haven't put in the time. I haven't put in the work yet.
Absolutely.
What's one of yours?
Okay, so one of mine was to set up your systems from the start. So, there's a thing called a database. There's mailers that you might want to send. Maybe you want to start farming neighborhoods. You need those systems, your CRM. Set those up immediately because you don't want to be actually your business taking off and then all of a sudden you realize, I have no systems for anything. I'm not keeping in touch with anybody. And you're trying to manage all of your systems on top of a growing business. Just a recipe for disaster. Trust me, been there, done it. Don't do that. Set up your systems from the start, and that's also going to help you propel your business 10 times faster.
Yeah, take advantage of this time when you don't have business and you're slower. You need to start setting that stuff up. So when you are, because when you get busy, it's going to be real hard to backtrack and go back and set it up.
Yes. All right, what's your second one?
My second one is you don't have to do it all alone. So I'm an individual agent now. I was when I started. I don't know if I had a pride thing of I've got to do this. It's all up to me to be successful. I don't need anyone's help. Like I said, I didn't have a mentor. Just things like that are so silly that I wish if I went back, I would have started and found my mentor, my community faster. And ever since Christina and I met and I've joined Modern Agent and with EXP, my business has literally exploded. And I know it's because I'm not doing everything alone now. Yeah. No one's on my team necessarily, showing houses for me or writing contracts, but we all mastermind all the time. Yeah. I will literally text you at 12 o'clock at night and be like, do you have a special stipulation for this? Does this sound right? I put all of my problems. I put all of my problems on you all the time.
No, we do that too. But you need that.
Definitely need it.
You need that person.
You cannot do it all alone.
And even if it's not just a person, a community, even if you find a brokerage you love that has those people there, that they have the team meetings and they have masterminds, you gotta have people.
If you don't have that, you need to find it immediately.
Because when you're lonely, it shows, and boy, you can get down when you're lonely.
Because it's already lonely.
Yeah, if you're by yourself, then another reason why you could join a team.
Yeah,
another great thing a team provides. All right, my second one was you need to find out quickly if you want to be a boss or if you want to work for a boss. So I was very intimidated in this industry. I had zero confidence when I started. And I hid in the shadows of team leaders and joined teams and never gave myself the chance because I didn't have the confidence to think I could make it in this industry. But the second that I went out on my own and realized all these things we've been talking about, that this is on me, I've got to grind, nobody else is going to hold my hand, my business doubled. And I I've done things I would have never expected I could have done. But that's because at first I thought that I had to work for somebody to be successful, when in reality, if I would have just got my shit together, I would have learned very, very quickly, I'm not the type of person to work for somebody. I'm the boss. I want to be the boss. I love doing the systems and being in charge of things. I like growing other people's businesses, having them work for me, seeing their excitement when they join and you're giving them leads and you're helping them. Like that's me. That's who I want to be, is the team leader, not the person on the team. And there is a role for each person. You might as well, like, if your whole thing is to be on a team and you thrive on that, then that's hello. If that's where you thrive, stay there. There's no shame in that. But you've got to figure out very, very, very quickly, are you the boss or do you need to work for the boss?
But also don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you are such a badass boss now, but do you think if you would have started out on your own, it would have been the same?
I was extremely miserable in different ways working for somebody because I wanted to do things my way, but it wasn't my team. Mm-hmm. And it came with a lot of disappointment. It came with a lot of unmet expectations. All my fault, by the way, because I should have known from the get-go, Christina, if you want to do it your way, go do it your way. But you are on somebody's team, you have to do it their way. I should have learned that a long, long, long time ago, because if I would have learned that lesson when I started, then I could be on year 7 right now, not year 3.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, also, again, don't put too much pressure on yourself, because maybe you start out on a team and you realize, okay, you know what, I want to be my own boss, and then you go do it on your own. Or you realize I really like being on a team, or you're in the middle, you're teetering, you're like, I don't know. Because there's pros and cons, right? Like a team's providing you leads, they're keeping your business going. And in my opinion, if you figure out, I want to be on my own, I want to be my own boss, I want to grow my own team, you need to make that transition sooner rather than later. Yes. Because you're going to have to start your whole business over completely.
Like you. From the start, you pretty much knew.
I just knew.
I'm not working for somebody. I want to do this on my own. I think deep down inside, we all know this is not something hard to figure out. What is hard to figure out is having the confidence to say, I've got this either way, and to have the confidence in either decision you want to make. So that's kind of my point, is make that decision quickly.
Yeah. All right. So a little kick in the ass to get her going, but I mean, it all comes from love and just wanting to help. And of course, if anyone has any specific questions for either of us, our businesses look different, but we mastermind every day. We come together. So if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to mastermind with, we are here. We're available. So let us know.
We want you to thrive and be successful in this industry. And that's what this whole podcast is about, is helping you grow your business and sustain it and make it, and not be the 90% that leave the business in a year. We're trying to help you be the 10%. We want you to last. So that's it for this one.
Yeah, so I guess we'll give you our socials. So if you want to go follow us and stay updated, the House Sharks podcast.
Yes. So mine is at Christina Cabo Moore.
Mine is at Happy Hour Home.
And then we have at House Sharks Podcast. So you can follow. We'll also put all of this in the show notes so that you can follow them. And then we've got our YouTube, where we are live recording all of these as well, that we can post the video on YouTube. Not 1,000% sure what the quality is going to be like on those videos, but you'll be able to see us live talking, see kind of like where our thought process is coming from, see the hands flying.
Yeah, the hands are flying. The hands are definitely flying.
The hair is being messed with and all the things. So we did it, episode 1.
All right, we did it.
All right.
We will